our second example, we have find the value of k that makes this equation true. Okay, so we want to know what makes it true. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite 13 equals negative 4k plus 9. All right, so now I have some steps over here on the left side that I'm going to go ahead and follow. So we have step number 1 is to draw a line straight down the equal sign. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, I already did that. I'm going to check it off. Step number 2 is to use distributive property, which means we have to multiply. Well, if I look at my equation, I don't have parentheses, right? Distributive property, remember, is something like this, right? I don't have anywhere in my equation that looks like that. So I don't need to worry about that. So therefore, I'm just going to check it off. Then my step 3 is combining like terms on each side. So it's on each side of the equal sign. So I have my 13 on the left side. There's nothing else to combine that with, so I'm going to leave that alone. On my right side of the equal sign, I have negative 4k plus 9. Well, we cannot combine those two because a 9 doesn't have a k. So that's another thing that we just leave by itself. So I'm going to also check this off. All right, step number 4 is to move the variable to one side. Well, what is a variable? A variable is a letter. What is our letter? Our letter is k. So we're going to go ahead and box that k, or the negative 4k, because that's my main target right now. That's what I want to leave by itself. So if I look at my right side, right, my letter is on that side. That means that I have to move. The 9 over to where the 13 is. Well, in order to start moving stuff around from the equations, I need to start doing inverses or like the opposite operations. In other words, I have a positive 9, right? Plus 9. The opposite of a plus 9 is a minus 9. So I'm going to put that there. That causes it to be 0 because 9 minus 9 is 0. So that cancels out. But it doesn't just like disappear, right? The 9 has to go somewhere. So it just so happens that it also goes on to the left side, because what I do on one side of the equal sign has to be done on the other one as well. All right, so now I know here that 13 minus 9, so I'm going to type that in here, 13 minus 9 is 4. So this part here is equal to 4. So 4 equals negative 4k. All right, so I went ahead and moved the variable on one side. Then it says the solve 2 steps. So my first step in this 2-step equation is to have moved the 9 over. My next step within this equation is to now get that k by itself. Okay, so what is in the way of the k? Well, it's that negative 4 that's in front of the k, or what we call the coefficient. Okay, it's the coefficient of k, or the number in front of the k. So how do we get rid of that? Well, in the previous video, I mentioned that when you have the letter and the number together, or the coefficient and the variable together, that means multiplication. Okay, so what is the opposite of multiplication? Division. So we're going to divide both sides by a negative 4. Okay, so then on this case, I am dividing by a negative 4 because that's the exact number that I have in front of the k. So I'm not changing the symbol, I'm keeping that exactly as it is. So negative 4 divided by a negative 4 is a positive 1. As we said in the previous slide, we don't need to write the 1. Okay, so then now we have, let me make my line a little bit bigger. So 4 divided by negative 1. 4 divided by, negative 4 is negative 1. This is negative 1 equals k. Okay, so that there is our answer. Now to do the check portion, so I'm going to do check right here. I'm going to rewrite the original equation. And I'm actually going to change the color of k. I'm going to put it to this blue because that's what my k ended up being. So, okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and replace my value. My k is 7. Whoop, not 7. Sorry, I made a mistake. I don't even know where I got the 7 from. Anyways, it's -1. And then plus 9. All right, so now I'm going to put this part on the right side into our calculator because we want to make sure and see that it's equal to 13. So -4 times -1, close parentheses, plus 9. And so that equals to 13. So therefore, our answer is correct. So 13 equals 13. Okay, checks off. And